Okay, so have you ever wondered if you're smart enough? Like really, because we're diving into all that today. You sent this article our way about the difference between just book smarts versus real genuine intelligence, and wow, it really got me thinking.
Yeah, no, it's a question that I think resonates with a lot of people. I mean, we do, right? We put so much emphasis on, did you go to the right school? What kind of grades did you get? Do you have this big, impressive vocabulary? But this article really challenges those ideas about what makes someone intelligent, what intelligence really means.
Totally. And it's like I can remember, I don't know how many times I crammed for a test and I aced it, but then a week later, poof, gone. It's like I never even learned it. So is that really being smart?
Right. And that's where this idea that the article talks about, the difference between knowledge, just knowing things, and actual intelligence really comes in. It's like, you can know a ton of facts about a subject, but does that mean you really understand it? Can you actually use that knowledge? That's what the article is saying is more important.
So then what is it? What does it actually mean to be genuinely intelligent? What are they getting at?
Well, this article says it's less about memorizing a bunch of stuff and more about how you apply how you solve problems, just how you navigate the world around you and all its, I don't know, complexities.
Okay, so how you use your brain power in real life, not just on a test.
Yeah, exactly. It's about things like adaptability, critical thinking, being able to learn from your experiences, good and bad.
Okay, so if it's not just about being a walking dictionary, how can you tell if someone's genuinely intelligent? Because this article, it lists 10 distinct signs, and some of them are pretty surprising.
Yeah, and one of the big ones that really jumped out at me was this emphasis on intuition, gut feelings, as a sign of genuine intelligence, which is interesting when you think about it.
Intuition? Hey, going with your gut. Intuition? Wait, going with your gut.
Yeah, that gut feeling you just kind of know, right? And the article says genuinely intelligent people, they've really learned to trust those instincts, process information quickly, just go with it.
It's like that feeling where you just know something's right, even if you don't know why. Oh, I've totally felt that. Does that mean I'm more intelligent than I thought?
Maybe. It could be a sign, right? And this kind of ties into another point the article makes about intelligent people being, more likely to be rule breakers, innovators.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's they're not content to just memorize the rules. They want to make new ones, shake things up a bit.
So instead of just acing the test, it's about using what you know to come up with a totally new answer.
Yes. Thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
Challenging the way things are, not being afraid to experiment. That's the hallmark of genuine intelligence, they say.
I know so many people like that, Not always the straight A student, but just brilliant in their own way, always coming up with these amazing ideas. It's they have that aha moment gene or something.
And what really drives those aha moments? Passion. And that curiosity,
Yep.
The article talks about how genuinely intelligent people, they're drawn to specific things they're passionate about, and they just dive in, not for the grades or anything, but just the pure joy of learning.
Oh, I totally get that. I mean, I learn best when I'm actually excited about something. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Think about it remember a time you got so lost in learning something new, maybe you were reading or working on a project, and you completely lost track of time. That's that genuine interest, that curiosity, and the article says it's a big indicator of real intelligence.
Wow. Okay. So it's not about being a walking encyclopedia. It's using your knowledge, but also your intuition, your passions to figure things out and do your thing.
Now you're getting it. And you know what this all leads to? This idea of multiple intelligences. Remember we were talking about that. How limiting it is to define intelligence just by an IQ test.
Oh, yeah, I love that whole concept. It's there's more than one way to be smart, right? It's
Yeah.
come on, there's more than one way to be smart, right?
Yeah, exactly. And this article, it kind of touches on that, moving beyond this whole one size fits all view of intelligence.
It's that saying, everyone is a genius in their own way. And this article, it even dives into all these different types of intelligence, right? From musical to spatial to interpersonal, emotional. It's a lot. You ever notice that? How some people, they just get music, Or they can just look at something and understand how all the parts fit together, spatially. That's intelligence too, right?
Absolutely. And then you have those people who are just amazing at connecting with others, your emotional intelligence is through the roof.
Yeah.
And they can just navigate, I don't know, any social situation with grace and empathy.
Totally. So are we saying that we've been trying to stick these amazing, unique brains into a box that just doesn't fit?
In a way, yeah. And I think for a lot of people, when their strengths fall outside of those like traditional boxes, it makes them feel like they're not enough.
Yeah, totally.
Which is such a shame. This article does a good job reminding us that intelligence is like this multifaceted thing, and we got to celebrate those differences.
Yeah. That reminds me of what you were saying earlier about intelligence being a journey. Like, this article really makes you think about that, how it's not about reaching some level of smart and then you're done. Like, we're always learning, we're always changing, always like growing and evolving our understanding of everything, even ourselves.
It's so true. It's like every experience we have, every interaction, every book we read, it all plays a part in our own unique intelligence journey.
Okay, that actually takes the pressure off, doesn't it? Like, you don't have to have all the answers. You just have to be open to, learning new stuff, messing up, and being okay with not knowing everything.
Exactly. And being willing to learn from those mistakes, too.
So, like, book smarts are great and all, but it's like real life experience is what really shapes who we are, wouldn't you say?
100%, yeah. It's those times when you're challenged, when you have to think on your feet, solve a problem, adapt to something new. That's when your own brand of intelligence, it really shines through.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into all things intelligence, I have a question for you and for everyone listening. Okay. If you could choose any type of intelligence, like musical, spatial, interpersonal, whatever, which one would you pick and why? It's something to think about, right? Like, what does that say about you? And who knows, maybe you'll surprise yourself.
That's a great question. And it just goes to show, right? Our understanding of intelligence, it's always changing, always evolving. Who knows what we'll discover about the human mind next?
And with that, we'll leave you to ponder those possibilities. Until next time, stay curious, keep those brains of yours fired up, and remember, being smart, it's not a destination, it's a journey.